Hello everyone, I am Jitender Singh Dahiya. I welcome you to read my story where I interview authors, speakers, coaches, celebrities, entrepreneurs and more. Today I have with me Dr. Preeti Batra. She has done Ph.D. in commerce. She is a UGC qualified, working as a visiting faculty to teach MBA students and as a trainer to professionals. She is the author of two books, The Lost Affair and Thirst with Divinity. She has done various courses on numerology, NLP, digitalization knowledge, etc. during the time of the pandemic, which has resulted in cost cutting and impacted many jobs. She is now a belief coach and also running a mission based business, WeSV Horizons. It is co-marketing and networking platform with the vision each woman on earth must get the opportunity to do what she intended to do. Today she will be discussing with us about her life journey. So let us hear from her. Welcome Dr. Preeti. The platform is open and now over to you.
Thank you, Jitender. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jitender. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, I am so grateful to you for explaining in such a good manner about me also and about this platform which you are actually using to tell stories about others and to talk about themselves. So this is something very inspiring. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the wonderful words. First thing I would like to know about you is how your past life has affected you to become a person what you wanted to be and what you are.
Okay. So if you really ask me, I used to be a very introvert person, very shy person. In the past, you may say before marriage, because there was some inferiority complex which I was facing during that time.
Okay.
And after that, going forward, I realized that it just takes you to change yourself.
Right.
And that was the thing which hit me hard, and I took over me again. I just thought that I have to reshape myself in such a manner so that there is no complex in my mind, no fear, no insecurities. And I feel that courage is something where you are not sabotaging yourself.
Right.
So that's how I am.
This is really wonderful. So, what you thoughts were when you were a child or when you were growing in terms of your career choices or what you want to do in your life?
See, I had never thought of making any career choice during that time. Probably हम लोगों का एक system रहता है ना education के अंदर कि this is a set system which you have to follow.
Right.
In the sense, you are doing your graduation, you are doing your post graduation, you are doing your PhD, just like league पर चल रहे हो आप. There is nothing which is called you are creating your own line. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. I think अपना niche पहचानने में हमें बहुत time लग जाता है to get into that clarity that this is where you should be placed. इस चीज में बहुत time लगता है. So उस चीज को समझने में, अपने कोकून से बाहर निकलने में, एक हाउसवाइफ से एक पब्लिश्ड ऑथर बनने में और उसके बाद एक मिशन बेस्ड बिजनेस स्टार्ट करने में, working as a belief coach, working as telling people that come out of your fear, and that is possible only when you take the charge.
Correct.
So वो सारी चीजें करने में जो एक क्लैरिटी आई, उस चीज में काफी वक्त निकल गया.
Correct.
But no regrets.
That's really important because if you start regretting, you won't enjoy the outcome of the journey. So this is really important. If I talk about your passion, what are the things you are passionate about in your life?
I am so passionate about mentoring. I'm so passionate about teaching, guiding. Probably that was the reason I chose as, doing my PhD and qualified my UGC because of that reason only. that I wanted to become a lecturer, though my father wanted me to get into civil services.
Okay.
But probably that was not my cup of tea, even after preparing for it for 3 years.
Okay.
But that helped me in doing all my hard work. I placed that hard work somewhere else where my passion was. Mentoring is one thing where I feel so satisfied. Why? Because I'm using my expertise, I'm using my experience to guide somebody and to transform somebody else's life. And that gives me immense fulfillment.
This is really wonderful. Because when you help somebody to work on their belief system, work on what they want as an outcome in their life, that is really wonderful. Like that satisfaction is really wonderful. So if I talk about your work and experience, your career, how you started, like what was the first thing you started as, and how you gradually when you started your business. I want to know your journey of career to an entrepreneurship.
Okay. See, as I told you, I was badly stuck because of my inferiority complex before marriage. And it's been 21 years that I got married.
Okay.
After that, because of the family responsibilities, I had chosen my family over my career. The thing is that my eldest daughter, now when she came into the world, I was not trying to figure it out what I have to do. So that was the reason. During that null period, I wrote a few books.
Okay.
So that period, when you are unable to actually carve your niche, when you are unable to make your career choice, that period is very painful for women. Very, very painful for women.
Right.
Why? Because you've gathered that much of knowledge, but you are unable to use that knowledge.
Correct.
That gives that pain inside your mind. Why have you done that? Why are you doing this? Are you meant for this thing? So these are the questions which keep, getting inside your mind and taking all the peace with what you are having. And then you are unable to give good time to your relationships also.
Right.
So honestly, 2006, I got selected for a visiting faculty job in a management institute. Okay. And there in the interview, they asked me that there is a gap of 7 years.
Right.
In your CV. Why do you think we should hire you? So my reply to them was, we cannot add anything to zero, but we can add something to zero. And starting with my zero, please add something to it. And I got selected. Right. And at the end of the session, which I had taken with them, they told me that, Preeti, you have the substance of teaching.
Okay.
So after that, yes, off and on, I took many jobs. I worked as trainer also. I'm blessed with 3 children. So during that period, I wrote a few books. I got them published in 2017. Then I got the opportunity to teach in another management institute as a visiting faculty. And there I taught almost all management subjects to my children, to my students. And I can vouch that all my students, they love to study with me.
Wonderful.
Then during the pandemic, as you just mentioned, that due to cost cutting, there were replacements happening. And that was the time that hit me hard also, that you can be replaced in a job. That was the reality.
Right.
So when that reality hit, at that point of time, I decided to upskill myself. And that was the time I learned a few courses, like I did Numerology, I did NLP courses as a belief course. I have developed a signature program called internal reprocessing.
Okay.
Plus, I also learned how to digitalize my knowledge.
Okay, great.
And then I created some e-courses. And that was the point of time when I realized that making the e-course was not that difficult.
Yes.
But marketing, it was very, very difficult.
Correct.
So for learning those marketing strategies, I again upskilled myself and tried to become the sales expert.
Right.
That was the reason of starting this co-marketing site called WeSV Horizons, which is Women Entrepreneurial Skills Venture.
Okay.
It's a co-marketing platform for women where women can make their web pages at a very low cost.
Okay.
And anyone who is willing to upskill himself or herself can visit this site and find out those women who can help them to upskill.
Right.
Plus, on that side, there are also the product manufacturers. So if anyone is looking for reselling their products, they can also visit the site.
Right. Great.
So that's it about the business.
That's wonderful. So if I talk about the vision, mission, and goal of your life for next 5 to 10 years from now, what do you think it should be?
My vision now onwards till the last breath of my life is that each woman on earth should get the opportunity to do what she intends to do.
Right.
And that is the intense goal which I have till I die. Because I have faced that in my life. I don't want any of the women on the earth should feel that.
Great. This is really wonderful, and you are working on a wonderful cause too. Because most women, they think they are not capable enough to do whatever they want to do in their life. So this is kind of a belief they should come out with and start doing whatever they feel like. This is really important. So if I talk about the most important life lessons you have learned from your personal and professional life both, what are those?
I have learned one small thing, that live your moments with fulfillment.
Right.
That will make a great life for you. Because you are utilizing each moment as a precious moment of your life. So
Great.
That's the lesson which I've learned from my life, and I use that lesson ardently in my life.
Right. This is really wonderful. Okay, so that's nice. So if we talk about post-COVID scenario, the marketing dynamics are changing so fast, and how should we strategize in a best way that we can work on marketing and sales for emerging entrepreneurs to strategize in a way that we beat these challenges which are dynamic and changing, and do the best out of marketing and sales promotion kind of activity in terms of increasing the numbers and maximizing the profit.
So post-pandemic, if you really see, digital things have increased a lot.
Right.
The trust which was not there is developing slowly and steadily.
Correct.
And at the same time, the buyer as well as seller both are increasing. Because if you really see, the market is now flooded with courses.
Correct. So many
market
courses.
is flooded with products. So
Right.
A kind of perfect competition market which we used to study in our economics, that kind of thing is taking place if we talk about the marketing these days.
Right.
The thing is that we don't understand the concept or the steps which we must follow. So in order to get that kind of engagement from our consumers, what we need to do is we must understand how we have to make them aware about our brand first.
Right.
And then these days, content is the king.
Correct.
The kind of content which you are using to make them aware about your product, that is going to attract them. You can take the example Nykaa. Nykaa has picked up only because unka jo brand value hai, that has been created through the content.
Correct.
When you go to that site, you can check out that they are giving description, they are giving pros and cons of the products, they are giving reviews.
Right.
Now the problem is that there are paid reviews now. So how to trust?
Correct.
So you just have to take care of that thing, that maybe due to the paid reviews, you are creating the brand awareness. But if you are not following the next steps,
right,
then you will not get the person back to your product. The brand loyalty will not be there.
Right.
So next step is that once you have created the content, once you have created that awareness, you get the engagement with the consumers based on his need, money, which he is willing to spend,
right,
time, which is willing to give, decision making, which is very, very important. Whether your consumer is the customer or is only the consumer. The difference is that consumer basically use the product.
Correct.
Your kids,
maybe one-time user.
Your kids are the consumers. They're not paying. So the person who pays money is the customer.
Okay.
So that is the difference between the consumer and the customer.
Okay, right.
Whether you're talking to the customer or you're talking to the consumer, who's the decision maker?
Right.
Kids, they can actually, कहीं भी जिद कर सकते हैं यार मुझे ये चाहिए.
They can influence the process.
Correct. But the parent has to decide whether he has to spend the money or not. So basic psyche of the seller should be that you have to engage based on the requirement of that person.
Right.
Whether he is looking for good price, whether he is looking for good quality, whether he is looking for good commitment. So you have to understand the psyche of that consumer or the customer. So that is how you get engaged with that customer. Then you create that interest in that customer with your conversation. How you start the conversation, how you are taking it up to the next level.
Correct.
So in sales, generally we have noticed that what people think के marketing वाले लोग बोलते बहुत हैं. Marketing वाले लोगों को ना listening side पे ज़्यादा आना चाहिए.
Correct.
Unless they will understand the pain point of the consumer, they won't be able to solve that pain.
Right.
Because pain of the consumer is going to convert into the sales.
Correct.
Now, next thing is when you've created interest, whether you are willing to commit what they're looking for. Commitment, very, very important point. You've created the interest that this is the pain point. This is your pain point. I can solve it.
Right.
But are you willing to give that commitment? कहीं आप over commit तो नहीं कर रहे, कहीं आप under commit तो नहीं कर रहे.
Correct.
Because with your commitment, the person makes up his mind, first of all.
Right.
Second, he raises his expectations.
Correct.
And that is the time when he is buying your product. Now, whether he will come back to you or not, that will depend on the fifth step, which is the experience which the consumer is having by using your product.
Right. Correct.
So he is going to create referrals for you only when he is satisfied, his pain point has been resolved, when he feels a fulfilling experience with your product.
True.
So that is how we create from awareness to loyalty. These steps we must follow.
Correct. And these are really important.
Online. Yeah. So how to do this online? That is very, very important.
Like physically it is easy comparing. But digitally it is difficult because finding a customer is one big task. Engaging is another. And following up, then again, it's a big time challenge. And like restricting them towards your website or social media or towards your like application or whatever. So that is again a big challenge.
See, we are in an internet age, and we are blessed to have so many social media platforms. As I told you, content is the king. What you want to sell.
Right.
You will only attract your consumers when you tell them about their pain points, when you make them aware about certain things. So when you're creating the content which is helpful to the consumer, he will get engaged to your content.
Right.
So initial stages के ऊपर वो चांदनी चौक वाला बाजार नहीं लगाना, भैया हमारी दुकान से ले लो, हमारी दुकान से ले लो, हमारी दुकान से ले लो.
Correct.
Because this is not a physical thing. People will not develop that trust in you.
Definitely.
So build that trust. It takes time.
Right.
You have to be very patient. You have to be very, very confident about your own vision, about your own goal.
Right.
This morning, in my Facebook story, I wrote about courage. What is courage? So I say counter that rage which is there in your mind.
Correct.
That is the courage.
Definitely.
So you have to actually face all your fears. When I started my business, I was not very sure about getting any traffic on my website, or maybe I was thinking of how will women make the web pages here? How am I going to create this women web directory?
Right.
My website developer, he told me make fake web pages. I told him no, never. And today, within 4 months, I have 30 web pages.
Okay.
A great networking site. We are having every month online meets. We are having workshops. We are creating bargains for them. You won't believe that I've got we are getting best bargains for our website. Now, I'm also approaching big brands to give the best bargains for our site, for our members.
Okay.
We have also converted this site into an app. So that reach is possible. You can reach to endless people. Now, brand awareness is very, very important. That is the reason I'm with you.
Like, this is really wonderful. So, if I talk about how we can make our marketing cost effective and yet more powerful, what are the ways we can do it?
You must have heard about organic marketing these days.
Yeah.
So this is something like, जब आप एक मूवी देखते हो, कोई भी पिक्चर देखने जाते हो, तो उस मूवी को ब्रांड कौन बनाता है? व्यूअर्स बनाते हैं.
Correct.
आपने उस मूवी को देखा, even if the movie was not marketed well, let's say.
Right.
But if the viewers have liked the movie, that will reach to the masses.
Definitely. This is really an important thing. If you approach the right kind of audience, that will definitely lead you to the right markets. Definitely.
Absolutely. Like for Amazon also, you can see that on Amazon, you become the loyal brand ambassador for their products.
Correct.
You are the loyal brand ambassador for Netflix. You are the loyal brand ambassador for many such things, जो कि शायद जिन्होंने आपको approach भी नहीं किया.
Definitely.
Because you have got that fulfilling experience, and that is the reason you are referring it to others.
Correct. The kind of experience we get from these platforms.
That's how you have to create the experience. It's difficult to get first 10 customers.
Right.
After that, you become unstoppable.
True. This is really...
So give your best. Give your best to get just first 10 customers.
Right.
They will become your brand ambassador.
Correct. Getting first 10 customers is the biggest challenge. Once you get them, you got to know the things which are clicking up, and gradually you can work on them.
I can take the example of Zerodha.
Yeah.
How it has grown. Main thing is कि fall back जैसे ही होता है ना, उसके बाद में आप रुके नहीं, उठे, फिर खड़े हो, फिर उठे, फिर खड़े हो. गिरना है यार, क्यों नहीं गिरेंगे?
Correct.
एक बच्चा छोटा गिरता नहीं है क्या?
Correct.
मदर छोड़ देती है क्या उसको?
Correct.
This business is like your baby.
Right.
So if it is falling down, just it needs that support from you.
Definitely. Take it as a challenge.
That's it. So I work with complete belief, complete conviction, complete dedication.
Right.
For my vision. And that's the reason I'm so confident that yes, I am going to achieve that vision, which I have in mind. Maybe within 10 years, you will see WeSV Horizons as a brand.
Definitely. And I really wish for that. My best wishes are there with you.
Thank you so much.
So, moving back to you, as you mentioned, initially, that you were an introvert, and then you explored yourself and tried whatever ways possible to transform yourself. So I want to know more about it, like about your past experiences, how it was like, and how you transformed yourself.
बहुत कमाल की कहानी है पता है. I was in 11th standard.
Yeah.
Faridabad, I remember my school, and I had scored some good marks in my unit tests. And it was my business studies teacher. I used to weigh around 82 kgs at that time. So that was the reason of inferiority complex.
Okay.
Now, our teacher, I would like to remember her with the complete respect. Very beautiful teacher. And she told me to speak in the class about an answer. She asked me a question and she wanted me to answer that question. And I was standing there and I was like shivering how to answer. I had written that answer in my notebook because she had checked my UT. So she came to me, she slapped me in front of the class. And she told me, nobody knows less than you. And nobody knows more than you.
Correct.
Speak up now. I could not speak up, honestly. That thappad, it transformed me.
Right.
I worked on myself up to the extent that my English was too bad at that time. Too bad.
Right.
I learned it. Google से सीखा, फिर books लिखी, mirror के सामने खड़े होके practice किया. So with all those things, when during the period when I was taking care of my children, though I am taking care of them today also, but during that time I would stand in front of the mirror and I would speak, taking them in hand और हाथ में लेते हुए, गोद में लेते हुए, and I was thinking, I'm speaking in front of many people. What will happen if I speak? What will happen? So that was the transforming event for me.
Right.
So I think हमको जब एक scolding मिलता है या एक झटका मिलता है life से,
right,
we must take it in our best decision format या फिर एक best learning lesson के.
Correct. I also had similar kind of experiences in my life. I was not able to speak in front of the class, the audiences, whatever. Same, I was in 11th and I started with a small announcement kind of a thing. You must have seen that in prayer, during the prayer, in middle of that, there are some announcement lost and found kind of a thing. So I did that first time, and that was one of the worst announcement, I would say, in entire school. But nobody laughed. That was the wonderful thing that gave me a courage to do it again. And after a few days, I was like comparing the entire prayer. That was kind of experience I got. So when we think of what people would think, then definitely we would not do what we want to do. So the best thing is you only think what exactly you want to do and try that. Maybe you first time you may fail, second time you may fail, but definitely you would do good. Not only good, but you would do great.
That's true.
Right. This is really important that you must try, give a try, and keep on trying again and again. Definitely that will give you good results.
Correct. Absolutely.
Now, moving back to you, who all supported you in your journey the most?
Yeah. See, honestly speaking, God, He has been so helpful for me. So helpful. I feel as if I'm sitting in His laps.
Right.
I don't feel like whatever I'm doing it myself. That Creator is always carrying me in His hands, probably. He is taking me wherever He wants to take me, and I just follow Him. So He is the biggest, you can say, motivator or guiding factor. तो मैं कई बारी बोलती हूँ, वो कब से टकटकी लगाकर बैठा है, देखता है मुझे.
Right.
एक वो है जो मुझे छोड़ता ही नहीं, एक मैं हूँ जो उसे देखती ही नहीं.
Yes. And this happens with all of us. Most of the time, we don't see things in a right way.
सच बता रही हूँ, आई डोंट बिलीव दैट कि जो चीजें हुई वो कैसे हुई, द लॉस्ट अफेयर बुक जो मैंने लिखी वो कैसे लिखी, वो पब्लिश कैसे हुई, वो स्टोरी कहाँ से आई, ट्रिस्ट विद डिविनिटी, which is completely a spiritual relationship.
Right.
And in that book, I've written about this thing also, your cosmic flight, where you have the experience of God.
Okay.
So I don't know how it happens, but this one thing I know, that whatever comes from your mouth, whatever you write on the paper, that is from the Creator.
Right, and this is really wonderful, and the topic which you have put in your book is really a wonderful thing to read on. I also must try someday. So if I talk about the inspiration and motivation in your life, who are the people or what are the things you are like getting your motivation and inspiration from?
I'll say Shahid Bhagat Singh. He was a revolutionary.
Yes.
जो उनका इनकलाब जिंदाबाद का मोटिव है, वो मेरा भी मोटो है लाइफ का.
Wonderful.
Wherever you feel fear, you have to do that inkalaab zindabad.
Right.
You can fight your fears only with that kind of inkalaab zindabad.
True.
Second, Mother Teresa.
Right.
Amazing lady.
Yes.
And I would compare her with my grandma, because she also used to be like that.
Okay, great.
And in her complete village, she was the one who was taking care of everything.
Okay.
So similarly for Mother Teresa, it was the service which was important for her.
Correct.
Service to the world, service to poor people, service to anyone who's suffering.
Yeah.
So that is my inspiration.
Wonderful. And like these people are really, I would say, next to God. They have done so wonderful things in their life, which cannot be replicated by anyone.
This
is really wonderful. So now moving back to if I talk about the success, what do you think about success? How do you look success as?
See, for me, success means when you are able to do whatever you want to do, then you are successful in your terms. Anybody can be successful if he is able to do what he wants to, or he or she wants to.
Correct.
That means he is successful, immaterial of what people think about it.
Right. Definitely.
So that's a completely different parameter, relative thing. तो उस चीज के ऊपर तो maybe you're sitting at home, you're enjoying your life, even if from the people's perspective आपने उतना earn नहीं किया जैसे शाहरुख खान ने earn कर लिया, still you feel you are successful. That's fine. So success for me is when you're able to do what you want to do.
Definitely, people have different meaning to success. And there are people lying at home doing nothing and they enjoy their life. That is not success.
See, different. There is a difference between successful and being significant.
Right. Significant is much more important.
Correct. So where do you place yourself? Do you feel yourself as a successful person, or you feel yourself as a significant person?
Definitely.
If you're sitting idle, I don't know if some people who are sitting idle doing nothing and still they are enjoying their life. So for them, they are feeling that life is like that only.
Right.
So the meaning is entirely different.
Correct.
It's a relative term.
Definitely. This is people have different meaning to everything. Correct. Right. So now we are moving on to the last question. Any message, advice, or knowledge sharing from your part, like anything you would like to share to our viewers and listeners?
I would again say, whenever you feel fear, just say Inqilab Zindabad. Do it. Take your action. There and then.
Right.
जिस चीज से डर लगता है, face that fear with your courage.
Correct.
Fear is nothing but just a chemical locha in your brain.
Definitely. So the most important thing in life is taking charge of your life, whatever ways. And fear is thing which stops you most of the time. But best thing is you should like stop your fear. And you have the
Correct.
power, you have the courage.
Only you have the power. You just need yourself, you.
Right, definitely. So, what an amazing insights you have shared. It was really amazing to hear from you. I really enjoyed our conversation. Looking forward to hear you again soon, maybe on some other topic. Thank you so much, Dr. Preeti, for your time. It was a wonderful discussion today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Jitenderji, for calling me here and
And
inviting me and talking about me and talking about the business, talking about marketing strategies. Definitely, we will be doing more conversations on many things together.
sure, definitely, and looking forward to it. It was pleasure having you here. Also, I would share your social media links so that people can be in touch with you, take your help, guidance wherever they feel like, and also they can associate with you on your website as well. So,
Sure.
guys, don't forget to check that out too. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching and listening. I hope you all must have gathered a lot of information and enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a good time. Thank you, and bye bye.